What's up, people? This is your Sunday Sundown stream. I was going to do this stream on something completely different. Until I see what I saw. And I said this stream has to be done specifically on one thing tonight. I ain't going to interrupt y'all Sunday evening, but for more than 30 minutes. Won't be too long. But I'm just now really starting to stream again on this page, so I got to let everybody come in. It's crazy. Seems like Saneter's wife don't really give a shit about his scamming. And Saneter, that came from your own mouth. That's why I put the link in the video in the description so everybody could see that shit themselves. I don't want nobody thinking I'm making that shit up. I definitely need to shout out Wax for the audio and for the video. Like I said, I ain't even going to play it up here. We just going to talk about it for about 30 minutes. And once that time passes, I'm going to cut the stream and I'm going to bounce. But I do want to talk about it because we did do this to Polight and Polight's wives. We was no holds barred when it came to Polight's wives being a part of the scamming and the fuckery and all of that shit that goes on. So a lot of us were relentless about it, saying that they were just as much to blame as anybody else. I agree. At the end of the day, I agree that Polight's wives were just as much to blame for the scamming as he is, because they were proactive in it, meaning they were around him and engaging in the shit with him. Now, it's one thing, you know, if I was up on YouTube scamming people, eventually, you know, my lady's gonna wonder where's all the extra money coming from. And at that point, I could tell her, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not necessarily blaming any woman who stand by their man, so to speak. You know, like, what, in a sense, you gotta almost ask, what else is she supposed to do? You know, what else is Cynthia supposed to do except stand by Saneter? Like, she apparently has been standing by him all this fucking time. So I guess that's all she has left. But what we're talking about tonight is a lot of people drag Polight's wives for being engaged in his scamming, for knowing about him scamming, and never fucking really actually saying anything about it. And so I heard a video earlier today that I put in the link, and that's why I put it in the link. And I heard Saneter talking about his wife today. And he was saying how his wife watches all his videos. His wife knows everything that's going on, you know what I'm saying? Meaning everything. So his wife knows, according to Saneter, his wife knows about, and again, this is according to Saneter, his wife knows about all the scamming, about how he was protecting Polight, editing videos, because he says she watches all his videos. So if she watched all his videos, then she know. She know that we was making bang videos against Saneter. If she watches all his videos, his wife knows we were making videos against him. She knows why people were making videos against him, etc. So it's not a surprise at this point. We can't say she should be surprised at this point about niggas making videos about Polite, because her own husband has made a video and said that how Polite was full of shit and was a scam artist. Now, the reason we talking about her and him right now, Saneter and Cynthia right now, is because Saneter, and for fair use purposes, yo, this is open audio. The link is in the description where this public information and audio can be heard. It's so public and readily available that I actually pulled it from YouTube. So that's directly to you, YouTube. So I pulled it from YouTube. So anyway, what's up, Zilla? Saneter came out and said how his wife knows, she watches every single video that he does, and she knows everything that's going on with his page. So if she knows everything that's going on with his page, she knows that Saneter just came out in March, April, and said and exposed Polite how it was near the end of March, so it was closer to April, how he came out and exposed Polite right before the summer hit, about his fuckery, about all the shit that was going on, about how, because Polite fucked around and scammed one of the scammers in the background. He scammed one of the peoples in the know, which is a no-no, which is one of their rules. You can't scam one of the people in the know. You see what I'm saying? Like, Polite can't scam Reggie. That's against the scammer code. Everybody else is up for fair game. But Garfield can't scam Shaka. You see what I'm saying? Garfield can't scam Unk. And Saneter can't play Taharka Bay. He can't scam Taharka. Because all of these people are in the scammer know. They know that each other's scamming. They know that niggas is playing niggas out of their money. Straight up and down. That's why Red Pill and Blue and Saneter had to make a show of unity immediately. That wasn't for us. Y'all think that was for us. That wasn't for us. That wasn't for us. When Saneter did that shit with Red Pill and they act like they was cool again, that was not for the people. That was for the scammers in the background to know that, okay, y'all, everything's not chaotic anymore. Everything's back on track. You know what I'm saying? It's over with. It happened. Boom. Polite broke the rules. He scammed one of the people in the know. Boom. It's over with. That's how they roll. So we know that Saneter's wife knows about all of this. According to him, not me. According to him, she know about all this shit. According to him, she knows that he just came out and told the world the flat truth that he was covering for Polite all this time. Saneter's wife knows that. She knows he was covering for Polite. So if she knows he was covering for Polite, that means she knows that Polite was doing something that was not up to par, that was worthy of being covered by Saneter because it wasn't up to par. And if people found out about it, it would have ruined everything. So of course Saneter covered the shit. Because they want to keep getting money off niggas. But what we're here talking about tonight is Mrs. Gary. What we're here talking about tonight is motherfucking the person who's behind all of this. Reflection or direction or whatever the fuck Nature Boy be calling it, direct, knows is directly what the fuck he's doing. And Saneter's statement was, my wife don't give a damn. My wife don't give a damn. As long as I bring that money home and pay these bills. Now, the video is the link is in the description. The video is him talking about Patreon. He's trying to get people to be Patreons. He said that he's gonna turn his Patreon and he's gonna turn this shit into Netflix. So basically what he's saying is All you people should not have a problem with donating to my shit. I've been giving you this information for all these years, et cetera, was his claim. So, you know how we attack that shit over here. Like, dog, that's not your information, first of all. Like, stop saying that. Stop saying that. That's not your information. All the information you was bringing, none of that shit's yours. All the DVDs that you were selling, you were basically illegally burning them shits, nigga. You are a bootlegger. You are a copyright infringer, which means I don't understand how you could get on YouTube and send me messages and shit talking about, well, you putting my name in your title, sucker. That's copyright infringement. Because my name, nigga, your whole career is copyright infringement. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? Everything you produce on YouTube is copyright infringement. All the money that you made from them tables, sitting at them tables all day, all night, selling niggas them fucking DVDs for $10 and $20 a pop, nigga. You was fucking copyright infringing all them people's work, yo. All those people's work, you were copyright infringing. So stop saying that this information is your information. So this nigga is again begging people to come apart and be a part of his Patreon and his new Netflix and all that bullshit like that. My whole thing is, my nigga, none of that shit's yours. None of it. But you're talking shit to people about who don't want to give you money. Again, everything I say tonight on this stream, I want you to realize that Mrs. Netta, aka Cynthia, know all of this shit. She knows that Saneter was sitting in their living room burning DVDs all day and night. I'm sure she asked, Sa, what are you doing? Or Frankie, what are you doing with a stack of fucking blank DVDs and cases and markers and this new DVD burner? I'm sure she's seen that shit sitting in her den or wherever it was he did the shit. I'm sure she saw this shit. If we talking about scammers, people who talk shit about, who tout shit and then do the opposite. Like I said, we don't care about you long as you don't be putting yourself out there to be some guru and some special person. When you start doing that, then your ass getting scrutinized. If you stand up to the test of the scrutiny, you move on, nigga, and you don't see me ringing my shame bell at you. You don't see it. But she had to know, nigga, that you was in there burning all these DVDs and asking you what you doing. So any smart person, any black person who knows, who walks in anybody's house that's black in our community, our family or whatever, and we see this nigga with a DVD burner at a TV, a couple fresh DVDs that he bought, then a whole stack of motherfucking empty DVDs and shit. Nigga, you know what that nigga doing. The first thing you gonna ask him is, oh, you got movies, G? You gonna assume the nigga's burning movies. The fuck? So she knew what he was doing. And Saneter's words, my wife don't give a damn about none of that scamming, none of that shit. As long as I bring that money home. So that means that fucking trifling ass broad don't give a fuck about none of them women who are fucking mothers, single mothers, some of them, you know what I'm saying, who Polite and all them niggas was fucking playing out and scamming. She don't give a damn about none of that shit, Saneter. You mean to tell me Mrs. Netta is so trifling that is supposedly as a mother and a grandmother and all this shit? She's so fucking trifling, dog, that she don't give a fuck. Because this is what your husband said. I don't know if you really said this shit or not. But going off of what your husband said, Your husband said that you said you don't give a damn about none of this scamming, none of that mess, none of that shit, as long as you bring some money home from what's going on. As long as you bring some money home from what is happening out here in these streets, she don't give a damn. So let's start examining all the people, Sister Lolita, and the people that she brought Polite and Saneter into their world and shit like that, her personal friends and etc. Brings Polite and them into the world, into their world, and what the fuck happens? She's doing videos about how Polite is scamming motherfuckers, her friends. This is real talk. This is real live shit. This is a woman who used to openly speak up for Polite. And if you watch her video, I think one of her videos I did is on Shane TV about it. Like, yo, she openly will tell you how she used to speak positively of Polite, positively of him, etc. Because she did. She used to come on Saneter's show on House of Consciousness. He used to try to feature her when he was recruiting. Which is what these niggas do. Boyce and all of them niggas. They recruit YouTubers and bring them in. But she don't give a damn about that, according to Saneter. His wife don't give a damn about them people being scammed out of their money. The brother who we did of the video, who's from the UK, which Saneter claims is why he decided to finally come out and expose Polite. So basically, if this brother had just ate it, and because his sister just got scammed by Polite, so if he had just ate it and didn't say nothing, you wouldn't have said shit and let Polite keep going on and on and on, according to you. According to Saneter. I got that vibe from her too. Until she realized that these motherfuckers was crooks. That's what happens a lot of the times, yo. Like I keep telling people, I have YouTube platforms, yo, that people come to, yo, when my name is said throughout YouTube, yo, even though my platforms aren't the biggest, people know who I am. So only reason that is because I decided to start making YouTube videos. And my nigga, yo, it was because of this. All these people that I was around was fake. All these people that we were around was phony. All these people were full of shit. So the same way, who else? Let's move along from Sister Lolita and her friends and the people that got scammed. We could go on to, I don't even know where to begin about the people Polite scammed. The pregnant sister who sold her car for this nigga. The many of people who emailed me, women and men who I have emailed from, emails from over almost a year and a half going on 2 years ago. People emailed me about, yo, if I didn't watch your video, I would not have known that Polite was like that, or etc., etc. Like, come on, nigga. I did a video on my first YouTube page platform called Derek Jones Talks. The biggest video I had up there, I think, was almost 20,000 views, and it was the video that I came out once I found out that Saneter who he was. And somebody told me, sent me a very long, detailed email about Saneter and his family. And all of that shit has come to pass. This person, that's why whenever this person comes by, this person gets, and this person comes by, not all the time, but this person still comes by. And when this person comes by, this person gets the ultimate respect. Because this person told me that they know what they know from Saneter's wife. So Saneter's wife clearly knew and clearly knows what it is that these niggas is out here doing. She knows that her husband and the people around him hustle black consciousness to black people. And when I say hustle, She knows that they're full of shit. She knew Polite was stealing from niggas. That's how the person who told me in this long, detailed email was able to tell me things about Polite, that all that shit that ended up coming out to be true. The fuck? This person told me about Pharaoh. This person told me about all of these niggas. And I cannot lie, yo. Every single person that she told me about, yo, it was true. It came out eventually throughout the years that these niggas was fucking scammers. She said anybody that you see hanging around Saneter, associating with his platform, 9 times out of 10, yo, them motherfuckers are engaged in some sort of fraud just like him. What up, peace, peace? This is what she told me. She said 9 times out of 10. Basically, she was telling me every now and again, you might see somebody hanging with him out of ignorance because they don't really know. But the rest of the people that's around him all day and he talks about all the time and they talk about him, she said, nah, honey, they are part of the scams with him. She said, I guarantee you they got some scam, some bullshit going on. And she's been right about all of it. And Saneter's wife was the first time I really started going at the House of Consciousness. The very first time I started going at the House of Consciousness, Saneter's wife was the very first topic. And I think the title of the video was Saneter's wife tells friends about Polite, whatever. What's up? It's like, yo, she said that Saneter's wife, when she gets mad at him, basically when he get caught doing fuck shit in the street or she pissed at him about something, she gets mad and she goes and she talks shit about him. She goes and she talks shit about him. She talks shit about him to her girlfriends, who are apparently mouthy ass women who tell other people. So when Saneter's wife is mad at him and she goes out, she's telling her girlfriend shit about this nigga, these women are telling other people. That's how other people know who Polite is, know who the people scamming, know all this shit. They know because Cynthia is apparently telling them. So if she's telling these people that these motherfuckers is scam artists and shit, that means she knows. That means she knows. When she sees Saneter go outside with a whole fucking bag and box full of DVDs and all this shit like that, she knows that that dude did not get no contract with them people who made that information. And she knows, because she's a fucking adult, she probably older than him. She knows motherfucking well that he's stealing people's information, bootlegging people's shit. She knows that. So that's one right out the gate. The moment she finds out that everybody around him, from red pill and blue pill, selling people's templates of shirts and shit, never selling them shirts and shit. All these motherfuckers out here hustling this shit. And we talking about 20 racks, red pill and blue pill, collected off the people for shirts that they never got. 20 G's, nigga. Do you know what 20 G's can do? 20 G's can help you fund some other business to make more money. If somebody just gave me a free 20 G's, you know where I'd be, right? Nigga, I'll have another business popping immediately. My shirt store would actually have a locale. A physical locale where you could walk in, because I could get that done with that amount of money. So it's like you got all these people around him who are nothing but frauds. And she knows this shit. And according to Saneter, he says, his wife said, I don't give a damn about that scamming. I don't give a damn about none of that shit. Who getting played, none of that shit. All my wife care about as long as I bring some money home from it. So what we're to take is that Cynthia is a rotten-ass scoundrel, trifling-ass scoundrel, just like Polights' wives, who don't give a flying fuck about all the people who getting played, who don't give a motherfucking damn about the people who lose their money investing in these people and getting played out their money. She don't give a damn about that shit, according to Saneter. As long as he brings some money home from it. Now, what are we to say about Cynthia? What are we to say about that? What are we to say about a man who touts himself as an activist? He's even said this shit to the police on the phone on a live stream. Like a jam. I don't know why he does stupid shit like that. But on a fucking live stream, he's on the phone with the police, calling himself an activist. So we have a black activist wife who doesn't give a damn about the people that her husband extracts funds from every day. Every day. He extracts funds and monies from these people every day. Most of it is on a fraudulent basis. She don't give a fuck about none of that shit as long as he brings some money home. That's some trifling ass shit, yo. What's up, Norma? That's some trifling ass shit. Yo, Cynthia, that's some real fucked up shit. And I hope it's not true because Saneter's the one saying it about you. And we already know how he's a liar. He's saying that all the time, all the people who were doing videos, all the people who were basically setting up their platforms to expose these people, and we're getting emails after emails because I did this shit. I was one of those people. So I know that I was getting emails. So I know there was other YouTubers who were getting emails. Like, yo, I got introduced to people who weren't making YouTube videos, but were literally supplying information about who Polight was, who all these people was, the scamming, Inky, all these motherfuckers. Provided all this information about these people. So the shit was real. Ain't none of this shit made up. That's why Polight stays on the run right now. There's nobody on the fucking planet who claims to be a millionaire like he keeps claiming to be, and they don't have a permanent, some sort of permanent home address. There's no one running around like that except him. Because you always on the hustle, nigga. First off, you ain't no millionaire. And you always on the hustle, so you gotta stay on the hustle. You gotta stay on the move. Welcome. But what are we to think of Mrs. Netta right now, yo? What are we to think of you, Cynthia? You knew all the time that Saneter was doing this shit? You knew all the time that the people around him was fucking full of shit and lying and stealing from black people, and you let this nigga bring these people all in your home, meet your children, all of that shit, dog. Like, what the fuck? You don't give a fuck. You don't care. You don't care to we'll just keep mentioning the sister, like I said, who had to sell her fucking car. because she's thinking she's about to invest in some shit that's going to really pay off for her and contribute to her community. All of that shit, for that sister to have that fucking determination and love for her people, yo. And Polights scams the living shit out of him, and you don't give a fuck. Cynthia doesn't care about that woman. Thank you, Norma. That's my whole thing. Like, when she's riding around in new cars, you know goddamn well this nigga don't work nowhere. You know motherfucking well he don't do shit, period, in no community or nothing or otherwise. So you know he don't do a motherfucking thing out here in these streets. So you know he ain't no activist. But you don't care. And then he comes out and admits the shit. So now, like I said before, this ain't even speculation no more. He admitted the shit. Everything that we talk about from this point on with this dude is nothing but pure, unadulterated fact. Because the fact that he admitted this shit. You admitted it, Saneter. But this ain't really about you, Saneter. This is about the missus. This is about, here we go again, another family of scammers. We all remember how when I exposed Polights' ass for being off screen and didn't know he was still visible on the camera, on the live stream. He did a fucking live stream and he pretended like he was walking off to another section of the house, but he was really right there behind the beside the camera, trying to be out of camera frame, giving the little girl instructions, trying to tell her how to behave in front of the camera. She wasn't doing shit, but he was trying to instruct her, basically directing off camera, and didn't realize he was still visible. That's the one that Pharaoh was playing all over his fucking page when I ended up getting that phone call and all that shit. This fucking dumbass didn't even know he was still visible. Then he tried to walk back into the frame like he had came from somewhere far. Nigga, you was standing right there the whole time. The little girl was staring right at you, nigga. We know you was standing there, dumbass. And that's why I did the video called Polights' Family is a Troop of Traveling Thespians. That's all they are. They're a thespian group that travels around and scams people. Well, Saneter's family is now being proven to be the same thing. Saneter's family is a thespian group. That's not even a family. Because according to Root, it's too many people. That's all they are, yo. That's all they are. A group of fucking thespians. You knew all the time that this man was fucking playing the shit out of people. You knew before anybody else knew because he was burning the DVDs in your house. Rootless. You knew because he was burning the DVDs in your house. So you knew before anybody else that he was full of shit. Everybody know that niggas that do that is called hustle man. You the nigga who hustling people. You're not giving them the real thing. You're not paying respect to the people who actually had to go through whatever to make the video, pay the actors, pay the whatever, do whatever. You ain't doing none of that shit. You ain't doing none of that shit. You just coming up off they shit. You a hustler, nigga, Saw. And it's all good now that we know. We're just talking about the fact that how Mrs. Netta could come out and say she don't give a damn, according to Saneter. Again, fair use. YouTube, fair use. This audio, this topic that I'm speaking of, the link is in the description. You can hear the audio. It's open audio, so open that I got it off of YouTube, so you can check it yourself. You can check the shit yourself. You ain't gotta take my word for it. But I said I wasn't going to keep y'all too long. We just wanted to have a chat about Miss Netta and why she feels okay for her to not give a damn about the she do, Norma. She needs to come out like Omelette and just be like, yo, this nigga full of shit, because he is full of shit. He is full of shit. Everything about him is full of shit. And you was capitalizing off of it. When this nigga buys a new car, it's people who got played out of their money. When people were coming around looking for Polite and saying that Polite's a scammer, you want to know what happened, Cynthia? More and more people who would not have gotten scammed by Polite got scammed because of your husband covering for him. And according to him, you don't give a damn about none of that shit. Fuck all the people. When he say you say you don't give a damn, what that means to me is you saying fuck her, fuck him, fuck her, fuck all them people that these motherfuckers is playing. Long as my husband get a cut, I don't give a fuck about none of these niggas. What if somebody took that approach to you, Cynthia? And the way he's doing it, I could see if y'all was a real street team, meaning this nigga's out here selling fucking Molly and heroin and all that shit. Okay, I could see you taking the mindset of, I don't give a fuck about nothing that happened in these streets with this bullshit, with this drug shit, as long as we make money to pay our bills, take care of ourselves, and eventually get away from this shit. Okay, that's a totally different conversation, nigga. We're not talking about selling fucking Molly and crack, nigga. We talking about this nigga galvanizing black people into believing that he's about them because black people want to be about something about ourselves. So if somebody seems like they got something going where we could come together and do that, we're gonna come there. He knows this shit. The point I be making about all of this shit, dog, is he knows all of this shit, yo. So that makes it intentional. That means you're intentionally pretending so that you could get house in Jersey. I don't even give a fuck where you trying to get a house at. My whole thing is, man, get your own fucking shit and try to get a house while everybody else out here scrambling to get in. Like, talk about how you don't give a damn. But if I came out and say, you know what, I don't give a damn about you or your family, I'm gonna drag you, your kids, the whole 9 yards, then it's a problem. Then it's a problem when somebody don't give a damn about you. I could say, you know what, I want to get views to my page. I want to push this page so much that I get a whole lot of views. So then I just go on a fucking Cynthia Gary dragon spree, doing 2 and 3 hour live streams about your bald-headed ass fucking head. About why the fuck you still putting braids in your head when you bald-headed, nigga. Like, I could do a whole shit about that. Since you don't give a fuck. Since you don't give a damn. You've been watching all this time and you don't give a damn. You get the same treatment polite, funky ass, nasty ass, skanky ass, bitch ass wives get. I know a hoe when I see a hoe, and Polite's wives is hoes. I'm just telling you, nigga, I know a hoe when I see a hoe. A whole opportunist ass bitch, which most humans, male and female, call hoes. That's why if I say I see a hoe, you guys understand what I mean when I say, yeah, I see a hoe when I'm looking at Polite's wives. Sorry. Excuse me. With Polights' girlfriends or those girls that be around him saying that they're his wives. And we need to stop doing that too, because Polights not married to any of them women. We need to stop doing a lot of shit and the things that we say about these people, because that's the one way they could flag our pages and shit like that, because it's like you put in the title Polights' wives, like I did. Them niggas ain't polite. Them fucking women ain't his wife. So why would I shouldn't have even said that shit. Ain't none of them fucking bitches that nigga wife. They just some scamming hoes with him because he a scamming ass nigga. And they go around and be scamming a scam team. That's what happens. That's what's going on. Now we done fast. Now we gotta come back to Harlem. And when we come to Harlem, what do we find in Harlem? What up, D Prince? What do we find when we get to Harlem? We find that Mrs. Gary knew all the time about everything Saneter was doing. And like I said, I say she knew before anybody, because he was burning the DVDs in her house, in her living room. So she knew before anybody that this nigga was out here on some hustle man shit. According to Saneter, he said that his wife don't give a damn about none of this scamming in the community, none of this shit. And we know when we say scamming in the community, it means the people that Saneter pushed and helped scam people in the community. We've already established that shit. But she don't give a damn about none of that shit as long as he bring that money home to pay the bills. This is what Saneter said. So here on Derek Jones Talks Live, we just decided to examine that for a second. She knows exactly. That's why I said earlier, when I first did a video on exposing the House of Consciousness, it was like, I want to say December 2016. It was right before the beginning of 17 of last year. And the video I did was from information that I got about Saneter. And the information I got came directly from a friend who knows Saneter's wife, who gets mad at him when Cynthia gets mad at him. Cynthia goes off to her girl's house drinking or whatever, talking shit about the nigga. And start talking shit about his platform and what he's out here really doing and all of that shit. Now, I don't know you, Cynthia. I don't live in New York. But I wouldn't have known the things I known. And after a year or so after that person told me that shit, everything they said has come to pass about all the people around your husband, including your husband. And that includes Young Pharaoh and all of them. And y'all know I didn't call Young Pharaoh no scam artist. I was never calling Pharaoh no fraud. Even back then, she was telling me, yo, no, he's a fraud. Yep. Even back then. And she was 100% right. Telling y'all, dog. I knew Saneter and Polight. I knew that those women weren't Polight's wives from Cynthia. Saneter's wife is the one who I found out from that Polight's wives weren't his wives. What up, Tiff? My nigga. I found out through Saneter's wife, when she gets mad at him, she goes around and talks shit about him to her girlfriends, doesn't realize that her girlfriends tell other people who actually watch the House of Consciousness and know who Saneter is. A lot of the time, she's probably telling her cousins and shit who don't even watch Saneter's videos and shit. But these people are running around telling other people her business. And that's how I found out that Polight's wives weren't his fucking wife. I found out that Pharaoh was a fraud. I found out that Red Pill and Blue Pill was frauds. I found out a lot of shit. I found out that Saneter knows that Polite be hustling people, and he doesn't care because he gets money from it, from him hustling people. That's why I found out all that shit in 2016, December. A very long, detailed email. And again, I will reiterate, everything that I heard from that email that person told me up to right now ended up coming to pass and to be true about each person that was in there, that was named. So that means it's people around Saneter who knew you, dog, and they just so happened to like my videos and to like me. Now, fast forward a year and a half later, 2018, summertime. We're now asking the question, how much did Miss Gary really know? How much did Cynthia really know? And how much did she really care? Because according to her husband, she don't give a damn about none of this scamming. That means the sister, again, who lost her car, believing in Polite, who was promoted on Saneter's platform, and who came to Saneter seeking help. Came to him seeking help. And got played to the left. Many times. What did he say? There was many times. People came to him. People, he's talking shit, going hard, banging on in the black media, because in the black media is getting emails out of the fucking wazoo from people and out of nowhere and all over the place from people who are being scammed by Polite. And Red Pill and Blue Pill, among other people. So what does Saneter do? He goes on a campaign to discredit and bash in the black media. Goes on Facebook and pulls up old God's wife because she's Spanish and talks shit about her. Because says she ain't no Nubian queen. She a Puerto Rican. Then he goes and he talks shit about Soleimani. They call this nigga gay, say he lives with a tranny and all this other shit. All this shit to discredit these dudes. All this shit to just shut shit down, dog. All this shit to shut shit down so that nobody brings up the fact that Polite's scamming people. And he knows that he's scamming people all this time. And again, that brings us back to the show. Miss Netta, you knew all this shit too. That's why you was telling people about it. I ain't never make a video about Polite's wives. What up, Tulsa? I ain't never make a video about Polite's wives. Until after I got that email. Never. I had speculation. I had thoughts that, man, this nigga ain't marry all these fucking women, G. Like, there's no way you married all these women, my nigga. Absolutely no way. That's the motto, yo. I don't buy bull. But there's no way you married all these fucking chicks, nigga. Stop it. But if you want to tell that fantasy, I'll let you tell it long as they playing along with it. But when I got that shit and was reading it, I was like, yo. She was like, yo, those women are not his wives. One of them is his girlfriend's cousin or some shit. And he just brings them up there to promote the blah, 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 blah. How does Saneter's wife know this shit? Because when some weird-ass nigga with a bunch of fucking skinny-ass, weird-looking chicks is coming in his house, he wants to know, she probably wanted to know, who the fuck are these fucking broads and what are y'all doing, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is Polite. Man, he just say that they his wives and blah, 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 blah. Saneter's telling her everything. And again, According to Saneter, she watches all his videos and everything he does, so she knows. So you mean to tell me, Saneter, she know that you told Sci-Fi you love pussy? I mean, you told the chat you love pussy, ask Sci-Fi. Does she know that you come over in other people's chats that are females and pretty much hit on all the women in the chat like a fucking old-ass creeper, keeping that fucking old man creeper vibe alive? Which we hoped would have died out the turn of the century because we kind of different from the older niggas. But nah, you niggas keeping that shit alive, the old creeperzoid. Always gotta say some perverted ass shit. Always gotta be hollering. Like, come on, man. Nobody trying to holler at nobody in no goddamn chat. Niggas in the chat hollering, nigga. Fuck out of here, man. Nigga walk around with a heart on, yo. But seeing what you sleep with every night, man, I see why, nigga. Now your life is exposed, man, and I'm going to keep on doing it. But Derek Jones Talks Live, man, I wasn't planning on keeping y'all long, man. Sunday, sundown stream, man. I just wanted to ask that question, man. Like, yo, why the fuck is Miss Gary letting this shit go on, and is she just as much to blame? And according to Saneter, yo, he said that she said she don't give a damn about none of that scamming shit. She could care less about any of that shit as long as he makes money off of it. So what we're saying is, damn, Miss Netta, that's some trifling, fucked up ass shit to say about other people who's been scammed. You know what I'm saying? What up, Saw nigga? That's some fucked up shit to say about people who've been scammed. That's some fucked up shit to say about women who lost their fucking cars and vehicles believing in your husband and the people on his platform to be sincere. That's sincere so much that they could donate money to you or invest money and get something back and shit like that, like a real business. That's why I tell you niggas, there's no such thing as the House of Consciousness. That shit is just a YouTube page. That's it. It's a camera and a computer and a laptop, yo. That's the House of Consciousness. I would say it only exists on paper, but it doesn't even exist on paper. It's not real. It doesn't exist at all. And Saneter's filthy ass does all this shit, hides all these people, cooperates with them, collaborates with them to scam people. And the only thing that you could say is you don't give a damn long as he bring money home. Well, we don't give a damn about continuing to put your bald-headed ass all over YouTube. How about that? We gonna take your fucking nappy bald-headed ass with fucking 5 strings of fucking, and this is for the sister who lost her money fucking with Polights, the 2 sisters that lost their money. This is for the people that everybody who emailed me right now. These comments is for y'all. These ain't for me. I don't need to say this shit. But this is for y'all. Exactly, Tiff. They together for a reason. So this is for all them people. Since you don't care about none of the scamming, who's getting scammed, and when you say that, those are real people. Those are real people that this shit happened to. So you basically saying, fuck them, long as my husband got some money off these people. It doesn't matter how he went about doing that shit. So what I'm going to do is this. See, I was trying to be cool and let shit go until I heard that shit today. And the video is in the link is in the description. You can hear the whole video on Wax's channel. And when I heard that shit, I was like, nah, G, yo. She gonna have to feel it for that one, yo. Because you're not about to sit here and tell me, man, that, and I gave you a pass because, like I said from the beginning, I knew that you knew that people were scamming and people were lying because I knew Polights' wives weren't his wives from a person who got that information from Saneter's wife. So I knew that you knew, but still I wasn't planning on involving you because he's the face of this shit. He's the front of this shit. So he's the one who gets the brunt of this shit. But the problem that I'm having is the fact that you don't give a damn part. Like, you don't give a damn. You watch all the videos so you know what's happening. You know that your husband gets mad at people and starts talking about their mothers, fuck their mothers, and fuck all this for no other reason than people addressing him about shit you know he's really doing. It could be one thing if they was making this shit up about your husband. You know, since you watch all his videos, according to him, you know that this nigga, yo, come on now. You know that the people who making videos about him are correct. And you don't give a damn, according to him, you said you don't give a damn about none of this scamming or none of that shit as long as he bring home money. So like I said, from here on out, we don't give a damn about putting your bald-headed ass all over YouTube. We don't give a damn. We don't give a damn about laughing at some fucking pathetic ass old woman who caught between a fucking confidence and a fucking hard place. The fuck? Cut your shit off, yo. Or cut that shit off, dog, and buy a wig. Like a normal woman, nigga. Like, what are you doing, G? Like, that shit is like the weirdest shit ever, my nigga. What you looking at? That shit is like the weirdest shit ever, my nigga. You in there dancing and pop locking, man, with a big ass bald spot on the back of your fucking head. Like, how could you do that to yourself? Walk out. Why would you do that to your husband? All you sisters out here, as a man, if you losing your hair, we'd rather you get a Michael Edwards wife look. We'd rather you do one of them, because that shit kind of natural. Only reason I did that to her is because her husband's a piece of shit. Again, I'm sorry. I'm glad he didn't make no more videos so I don't have to do the ones about her hands and all that other shit. Because that shit's embarrassing. So I'm glad this nigga fell back off of that shit. Looking studdish. Just pathetic, though, man. Just pathetic, man. Yo, you look horrible, yo, sis. You look horrible. Don't do that to your kids. Don't embarrass your family like that. Don't let your fucking kids have to go to school and be known as the kids of the woman with the big ass bald spot on the back of her head. Even that nigga, that fucking homo nigga, Hassan Campbell, was fucking, that shit was funny, yo. That nigga was like, it looked like somebody put out fucking blunts on your fucking head. And when that nigga said that it looked like mange, because that shit looks like, I've had dogs, yo. I've raised dogs before, yo. And that shit looks like mange. That shit looked like staph infection or some shit, yo. Like, that shit is disgusting. That nigga wife got staph infection on the back of her head. Since she don't give a damn about all them people who lost they fucking money, who invested energy, all of that shit into these niggas, and they ain't nothing but frauds and liars, including me when I paid for that debate. Including me. So since you don't give a damn, long as you got my money, well, I'm not going to give a damn either. Okay? I ain't going to give a damn neither. Duck Booker T. Baldy T. Hey, yo, when I first seen that shit, The very first thing I said was baldy dread. Just goddamn baldy dread, yo. Like, get that shit off your head, dogs. Oh, goddamn Harlem Heat ass bitch. She up in Harlem, nigga. Oh, Harlem Heat ass nigga. Coming to the ring. Straight out of Harlem. It's the baldy dread herself going after the WWE Divas title. Can you dig it? Sucker! Na 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 na. Yo, we about to remix that video, yo. It's gonna be the Harlem Heat. Bald-headed ass. Fucking, man. Just horrible, man. Just horrible, G. You don't give a damn. You should give a damn about something. You should give a damn about coming outside looking like the fucking Predator. That's what you should give a damn about. Looking like the fucking Predator should be something you give a damn about. Damn Predator 5, nigga. Live in Harlem. Hell Up in Harlem remix coming, you know it. Yo, do that shit, saw nigga. Fuck this nigga and fuck his filthy ass, lying ass family. And Raw Prophet, you a pussy ass nigga. And if you ever step foot in my face on some physical shit, nigga, I will literally break your fucking nose. And I'm not gonna do nothing else to you. I ain't gonna hit you no more or none of that shit. I'm gonna break your fucking nose and leave you standing there leaking. And I'm gonna ask you, are we done? Or you want to keep going? And that shit'll be up to you, nigga. Fuck out of here. Your whole family suck, nigga. Everybody in your family suck. What up, I Expose? A palm tree gone dormant. Yo, nigga. That nigga look like a newborn with that barely got hair, nigga. Like, bitch, you too old for that, man. You too old to be walking around looking like that, man. Talking about something you don't give a damn. All the people money your husband hustle, he can't hustle you up a goddamn wig. The fuck? He couldn't hustle you up a wig. But you talking about he could go buy a Benz. That should be the title of the next video. Saneter buys a Benz, but he can't buy his direct a wig. That's a goddamn shame, Saneter. You's a filthy piece of shit, yo. You know goddamn well that woman need a motherfucking wig on her head. You know goddamn well she need a wig on her head, man. Let her come outside like that. But I know her name on the lease. If you leave, then you got to pay real rent. You got to pay real rent if she leave or she put you out. Yeah, that's her new name, Patches. What's the nigga from Dodgeball? Patches O'Houlihan. That nigga Saneter married the Patches O'Houlihan. Yo, I'ma drag the life out of that bald-headed motherfucker, yo, since she don't give a damn about all them people who got scammed and fucked over and abused and all that. You don't give a damn, huh? Long as he come home with the money, oh yeah. All right, don't you worry about that, nigga. We gonna come home with the money, nigga. We gonna come home with the money. Goddamn right, Patches. That nigga fucking... And this is Saneter saying this shit. Like I said, y'all could go to the link in the description and go to Wax Dog's channel, and you will see that shit yourself. You will hear that shit yourself. This is Saneter saying this shit, not me. This is Saneter, nigga. Talk about how his wife she don't give a fuck about none of this scamming. She don't give a damn. His exact words, she don't give a damn about none of this scamming, none of that shit that go on, as long as I bring that money home. Which makes people who still follow and listen to him, again, a part of the dumbest group of motherfuckers that you could ever fucking think to be around. Like, nigga, they saying they don't give a fuck about none of that shit. They just after your bread. I don't understand what else can be said about that, yo. So since she want to be a part of the scamming crew, we gonna ask, why didn't you take some of that money, that $25,000? You mean to tell me Saneter could not have given you $300 to go find yourself a decent wig? How much does a decent wig cost, ladies? Let's go to the chat. Ladies, how much does a decent wig cost? One that Saneter could have easily afforded for Cynthia. How much could he have spent on a D27 or at least a 27 piece? That's a goddamn shame, Saneter. $25? Goddamn, Saneter, you a piece of shit. What up, Darren? Saneter, we talking about how much of a piece of shit Saneter is that he couldn't even spend $25 to get a decent wig for Cynthia's bald-headed ass. 40 in New York. See that? We still talking minuscule money, man. You could go to the work today, pay today temp place for that shit. Even there, you make $80 to $100. Saneter, you could have easily bought her a fucking wig. This is crazy, Sa. What's wrong with you, man? That's crazy, yo. I would respect Mrs. Netter if she went full Wakandan. Like I said before, if she went full Wakandan, then I would respect her. You know what I'm saying? Just cut that shit off. Go like Michael Edwards' wife, full Wakandan. You know what I'm saying? Ibaba! The River Tribe will not challenge today. Miss Netta is part of the River Tribe. Yo, I don't care, man, no more, yo. Fuck this YouTube shit, yo. Tired of trying to be respectful to these fucking clowns, man. All of them deserve that shit, man. Pharaoh going around beating up littler niggas than him. I don't know where he find a bunch of littler, smaller niggas than him. He done found them. And he around there Tybo hoeing his little rabbit punch. Ah! Like, what's going on in this community, man? Eventually, nigga, we gonna get on to your supposed wives too. Do they know that you was selling little kids logos that you said that was yours and it really wasn't? And when people found out, you yanked the shit down and refused to talk about it ever. Do they know that too? We gonna start hitting these niggas where it hurts, yo. We gonna start hitting these niggas where it hurts because it's like, yo, your whole family is a family of scam artists, nigga. Basically. Your whole family goes around and hustles black consciousness to black people and takes their money. I'm sure it did flop, D Prince. There was no way that was going nowhere. I don't know why these niggas be thinking that shit, yo. When you come out in a black power consciousness community, all right? Listen to me, my nigga. Listen. If you come out in a community, in a conscious community, even if we don't want to call it that, if you come out amongst black people and start talking about being black, empowerment for black people, what we need to do to correct ourselves, this, that, and the third, all of this shit, it's like an inside thing that's hardly explainable. You know, it's kind of not even explainable. Like, you know what the next step is. Like, now is either you real about it or you not. So when you come out in this community and you convince people that you are about nothing but black power, black history, exposing these people for stealing our culture and our history, etc., etc. When you come out like that, dog, and get, let's say, 20, 30, 40, 100,000 followers for that, man, them people not trying to hear you rap. Them people not trying to hear you dance and do a mink slide. Them people is not, like, them niggas is not trying to hear that shit from you. I'm not saying what you doing is wrong necessarily or none of that shit. I'm just saying, if it's like Shaquille O'Neal, yo. Shaquille O'Neal to this day talks about how he raps, he got a studio. Other than that shit he did when he first came out with Wu-Tang off the hype and shit that they was doing and a few snickins, when Shaquille O'Neal tries to put out music, does anybody even know that that shit's happening? Because it's happening. He's got a studio, everything, all that shit. Does anyone know that that's going on? No. But if that nigga make a comment about Kobe Bryant being better than LeBron James or anything basketball, yo, motherfucking millions of people will watch that shit. Because that's what we know him for, and that's what we associate him with. Don't nobody want, what up, Triple CZ? Don't nobody want to fucking hear Shaquille O'Neal spit bars, nigga. Nobody wants to hear that shit. They want to hear him talk about basketball. And that's it. Nobody wants to hear, and no disrespect to Tariq Nasheed, but nobody wants to hear him do a mink slide or no record with him doing a mink slide when he's the one representing us going against Tucker Carlson and all these people on CNN and doing all this shit like that. It's like we want to hear more about that type of shit. How's that going? What can we do to help further that? Nobody want to hear this nigga dancing and with the background dancers and they're singing, and nobody want to see that shit for real, nigga. Nobody wants to see that shit. Nobody wants to see Pharaoh rapping. That's why when he put that shit out, nobody watched that shit. It was embarrassing. Nigga, you just did a video talking about Saneter and Polights. The shit do 27,000 views or some shit like that. Then you drop a mixtape the next day. That shit barely had 900 views. Don't nobody want to see you rap. If niggas really wanted to see you rap and be about that shit would have been popping on its own. It would have been popping on its own, man. Nobody want to do that. Nobody want to hear that shit, G. Just like nobody want to hear from Saneter that, nigga, you collected $25,000, and as Oak Tiff said, you could find a wig for about $25, $30. The people in New York said you can get one for about $40. Nobody wants to hear, Saneter, why you ain't got no wig for Cynthia Head. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Exactly, Norma. That's their goal in life, is to push this alternate. It's not even an alternate career. Like the consciousness shit and the black power shit, that's the alternate. That's the alternative. So that's what we see from them, is their alternative. If they was really doing what they really wanted to do, We would never heard to them niggas talking about no fucking consciousness or none of that shit. A slap cap. Something. Cover that fucking head up. And for all those who just came in the chat, the reason why it's no holds bar season is because out of the words of from the mouth of Saneter, the video link is in the description. Saneter's wife apparently told him she don't give a damn about who gets scammed, none of this scamming shit, none of this shit that goes on, and she watches all the videos according to him, so she knows about everyone getting scammed. I know she know about Tony Browder, and that's why Quasi getting scammed, because Saneter was burning the DVDs in her living room. So we know she know about them getting scammed. But she, according to Saneter, she don't give a damn about none of that scamming shit, whatever, as long as he bring money home. As long as, and this is what she says. As long as he get money from that shit, she don't give a fuck. So like we said, the sister who lost her car, who was pregnant, getting scammed by Polights, all these people who these people saw on Saneter's platform, who these people went to Saneter and were trying to tell, all this shit, she don't give a fuck about none of them as long as Saneter got some money from it. So that's why we said so since Cynthia doesn't give a fuck about all the sisters and brothers who got played by her husband, and the people around him that he brings around to play people, since she don't give a damn, then we're not going to give a damn about plastering her bald-headed ass all over YouTube. In honor of the people who were scammed by her husband and the people that he protected. And he knows that we're not lying because he admitted it in April. So I don't understand why the fuck it's so hard, man, for these people to understand what's going on out here, man. Like, yo, all these motherfuckers is scam artists, yo. Nearly all of them, man. Nearly all of them are scam artists, yo. And it seems like every time they do it, it works. It works, and people don't find out until the end. Then you got to worry about people's family, like Polights' family. We talked about Polights' wives being, you know what I'm saying, being his scam hoes, and Polights' girlfriends or friends and actresses, because they're not his wives. We can't keep saying that. So those Polights' friends and stuff, those girls who he hangs out with, who he pretends are his wives, them hoes. If we could talk about them assisting that nigga in doing that shit, then we gonna have to start talking about Baldy Dread. Okay? The Predator gets her due too. And we need to know and find out why Saneter he got money for a Mercedes and Gators, but he ain't got enough money to buy that fucking broad a goddamn wig to cover up her big bald ass spot looking like mange on her fucking head. And that came from Hassan Campbell. Mange. It does look like mange, though. I can't even front. Yeah, I don't see why, man. Because people come through, Norma, and they believe that we really just hating on them. Like, they believe that we really just trying to get views. When I've done shit before, like if I really wanted to get views, nigga, I'll just do a 3-hour live stream and I guarantee you that video will have nearly 1,000 views immediately as soon as I'm done. And I did that shit before. If I wanted to just get views, I would do that all day. I would section out a section of my day where I will do straight 3-hour live streams, 3.5-hour live streams, and I guarantee you every single video that I have in succession when me doing that will have at least 900 to 1,000 or more views. If I was really just trying to chase views. Now, when you look at my streams, when I do a live stream for 1 hour and 40 minutes, that's a long ass stream, according to me. And that's just half of the 3 hours. See what I'm saying? So I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. Like now, I probably got about 10 minutes left in this stream before I'm about to take my ass upstairs, get something to eat, and probably pass out. Because I generally fall asleep around 10:30-ish. because I get up so early. So if I was really view chasing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like these niggas want to say that's their only comeback. Oh, you trying to shut up, bitch. And you trying to exploit your wife by going out and buying Benzes and shoes and shit and trying to fuck sci-fi all in the chats and shit, talking shit to all the women and trying to hump sci-fi on the side, nigga, while you can't even buy her a wig. Why the fuck is that woman in there dancing with 7 strings of hair on her head? You got niggas in my chat calling her Patches. Oh, Houlihan. From Dodgeball. This nigga Saneter sleeping with Patches Houlihan. You said you gave Kev $1.99 once in a super chat. You want it back. Nigga, that shit big. I don't buy bull. That shit big on. That nigga spent that shit. That shit assisted on some Hennessy. That he drunk at 10:40 in the morning. Who said sharp? Bill says Shaka almost uses Sharpies to put on his eyeliner. Fucking Shaka, yo. Shaka, we gonna let you live now that we expose you as being a bona fide faggot. So you can stop fronting and acting like you normal. Like, nigga, it's okay, man. Niggas get called gay every day, B. You be all right. Tough, right? Tales from the Crypt. Yo, that's Miss Gary, the Crypt Keeper. Patches, the Crypt Keeper. Bald-headed ass fucker. Or talk about some she don't give a damn about who got scammed, long as he bring that money home. What kind of trifling ass shit is that to say, though, dog? Like, for real, man. Saneter puts himself out as an activist. So an activist wife says she don't give a fuck about all the scamming that she knows he's doing. She don't give a fuck about none of that shit as long as he brings money home from the scams and shit like that. Yo, you a trifling ass broad for that, yo. You trifling as shit for that. You fucking trifling as shit for that. And like I said, if I was a lower person, I'd talk shit about your entire family, kids and all. If I was a lower person. But I'll leave it on just the adults. Like your bald-headed sorry ass for saying some shit like that, nigga. Bitch, you already on Section 8. God damn, bitch, you already hustling the system and don't have to pay real rent. So, okay, go live life. All you got to do is get a job. You could work a regular fucking gig making like $14, $15 an hour and be set because all your checks will be yours. All you got to do is pay the fucking phone bill and your cell phone bill and the fucking cable bill, like, or your car insurance. What else you got to pay? All your checks will be yours just to do whatever you want because you don't pay real rent because we already know you on Section 8. That came from that long email too. Fuck out of here, nigga. We know Saneter don't pay rent or nothing there. As long as we could pay these bills. What bill? The internet bill? You damn sure ain't paying no fucking salon bill. Unless you paying extra for this nigga to go to a goddamn hairdresser. And whoever's doing her hair in New York, stop it. Stop doing her hair until she does something about that shit. To the salon in New York who is doing her hair, stop fucking doing that fucking shit until she does something about that now. Because she making y'all look bad. How y'all gonna put 7 strings of hair on somebody's entire head? Come on now. At least spray paint that shit black or something. Fuck you gonna put 7 strings of hair in somebody's whole head. Bald-headed ass. Sick of this nigga, yo. You got a 66 step nigga out in California who's running around getting dragged by Hassan Campbell. Like I said to y'all last week, I didn't know that video Hassan Campbell did was about that nigga's fucking Kev Gill's kids. That's some fucked up shit. But Kev Gills, you a pussy ass nigga, because there ain't no way in hell Hassan Campbell would have said that shit about my kids. Nigga, I'm telling you right now, Poopy, Poppy, whatever the fuck they call you, nigga, we're gonna have a real life fucking fight, nigga, if you talk about putting your pecker anywhere near any one of my children. If you use the word dick and then my children in the same sentence. We gonna have a real bona fide fucking fight, nigga. And again, when I'm talking this shit, I ain't talking about recording it. I ain't going live when I do it. I'm not going live telling people I'm outside your house or none of that gay shit, nigga. None of that shit will go down like that. It will be real man on man, bona fide. Yo, where are you, G? Here's my email. Just shoot me your number. Where the fuck are you, dog? And your bitch ass riding around in the fucking car listening to some crummy ass fucking gangster music with speakers that seem like they popped 10 years ago. You can't even hear the shit. Then this nigga riding around in that girl car, that fat white girl car, talking shit like the riding in circles around the McDonald's so the Wi-Fi stays strong, talking shit like he about to fucking come look for somebody. Nigga, you's a fucking clown, man. You's a fucking bitch, nigga. That's why I say I don't even address you for real, except when I feel like it. When I feel like just fucking off, I'll make a video about Kev, because he's a fucking piece of shit. And everybody who follows him is a piece of shit. Fuck you, listen. How could you listen to that nigga? How could you listen to him? I don't understand this shit. Fucking clown, yo. That nigga thespian 101, nigga. But back to this bald-headed patchy nigga. Patches. Why you say that shit, Patches? We wasn't even gonna go hard on you, yo. We was just doing this shit because your husband did it. Now we found out, Patches, that beyond what I already knew about you, it's even worse. You even make comments that you don't give a damn. Now, I know Saneter's your man. I know back in the day, y'all used to fucking smoke Sherm together. I know back in the day, y'all used to, what are the old school New York niggas used to smoke? Dust. We know y'all niggas was smoking dust together. That's how y'all came up. Right? That's how y'all came up, smoking dust together. He was probably the one selling it, wasn't he? He probably was buying little bags and shit, hustling them shits. Bobcat looking. But that's some foul ass shit to say, man. We need more love in our community, man, especially from people who claim to be activists. Like, just filthy, man. Pathetic, yo. But this is what we get, people. These is our leaders. This is the people who tout themselves as being your leader. He will openly say that he's one of your leaders. Saneter will say this shit. With a straight ass face, too. Just pathetic, man. That's what we go through all the time. That's why we gotta make these fucking videos, yo. Cornbread Earl and filthy. She look like, man. I like the way, though, I'm gonna give you some props. You know what I'm saying? I like the way you strategically put the 7 strands of hair in your head. You strategically put them shits in a decent way that the only way we could tell is when you swing your head around to the back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know though. If I was you, I would have still got a wig. You know what I'm saying? I would advise that shit. Or like I say, yo, just go full Wakandan like Michael Edwards' wife. Derek Jones Talks Live, Sunday sundown stream. Oak Tiff, Triple C, all the people who came through. D Prince, Bill in the building. We have a multi-pink ranger was in the building. C. Wellens was in the building. I don't. Bye. Bull. Cool One was in the building. Who else was in here with us? I Exposed stopped through. Keep up the good work, I Exposed. Norma, of course. Saw Nigga TV was in the building. We had the real Saw Nigga in the building. Darren stopped through for a little bit. 4 Blacks Righteous Folks Home. That's a long thing. That's a lot to say. That's a mouthful right there. But I got it out, guys. There was a lot of people who didn't D. Grandison. There's a lot of people who didn't comment at all, which is cool with me. Tulsa was in the building. Long as y'all stop through to fuck with us, yo. Like I said before, we kind of uncut, don't have the children in the room all the time. This is for Barzilla was in the building. Tanya was in the building. This is for grown people. Soul Jizerny. You know what I'm saying? And someone named the Messenger Jafar was in the building. So I try to give shout outs to everybody that come through. Saneter, man, that's fucked up. You buying cars and shit and hotel rooms to fuck sci-fi in. But you can't buy your wife a wig for that bald head ass nigga. And if you want to know why we going at it, according to Saneter, Mrs. Netta says who watches all his videos, knows about all the people who's been scammed by him and the people on his platform who've been hustled all these years. Ashwa Kwesi, Delbert Blair, Tony Browder, Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine, all these people, Dr. Ben, who had their names plastered up and their information bootlegged and hustled by Saneter for a decade more. All this shit that apparently Miss Netta knows about all of this shit, and her response to it is she don't give a damn about none of that shit as long as Saneter bring money home from it. So our response is we don't give a damn about your bald-headed ass, and we're going to plaster that shit all over YouTube. Peace.